Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make homemade chicken broth. Now this recipe is so easy to make that it practically makes itself, I kid you not. It's also so delicious that it's way better than anything you can buy at the grocery store and healthier for you as well. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. And it's also very inexpensive to make. In fact, it's just pennies to make a whole big batch. I mean, you'll save a lot of money doing this. So I'm Rockin' Robin, and I'm going to show you how to do it right after this. So let's talk briefly about some of the health benefits of homemade chicken broth as opposed to what you buy at the store. Okay, so number one is it's very good it promotes healthy digestion, it makes your hair beautiful, it makes your nails strong because of the gelatin that's in it that you're not going to get from store-bought. And also it helps with your joints and your bones because you've got all those minerals in there. So those are some of the basic reasons why you would want to eat this. And you can also use all of your broth in any recipe that calls for chicken broth. So in rice or soups or whatever you're making. So it's great for that. It's time to go over our ingredients so I can show you what you need. All right, we're going to start off with our chicken bones. I have the carcass here from one whole chicken. Now, a couple of nights ago, I made beer can chicken, and I'll leave a link over here if you want to see that recipe. Normally, what you would do is throw your bones away. Well, you save them now, and you keep them in a plastic bag. I just put mine in a Ziploc bag until I'm ready to make my broth. All right, so you'll need some chicken bones. And also I want to mention that you could use any bones you want. If you wanted to make beef, you could use beef bones, pork bones, even fish. All right, you'll also need some vinegar. And I'm using apple cider vinegar. That's going to help draw out all of the minerals and everything out of the bones. So you need something a little acidic. You could even use some lemon juice if you wanted to. And then after that, it's just up to you. If you could just go just with that, or you can add some vegetables. If you have some leftover vegetables, like today I'm going to use some celery and some onion, and that's it, and some water, of course. So to make this the easiest recipe on the planet, you need to use a crock pot. So if you don't have one, I highly recommend that you get one because it makes life so much easier when you're making chicken broth. I've made chicken broth in the past on the stove in a pot, and I'll tell you, that's a pain because you have to watch it all the time so that the water level doesn't drop. And you really can't cook it for as long as you need to cook this because you're concerned about leaving it on, say, when you're sleeping. Well, put it in a crock pot and you forget about it. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. So I got my crock pot. I'm going to dump in my chicken bones, just like that. Toss in my onions, my celery. Sometimes I like to add some fresh parsley, and I didn't do that today. Place your water into the crock pot. Whoopsie. Be careful to keep it in the crock pot, not do like what I just did. Fill it to about an inch below, and add a couple of tablespoons of your acidic liquid. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in here. Place the cover on, turn your crock pot onto low, and let it go for at least 24 hours. That's the minimum. I like to leave it. And the water level will never drop down. You never have to worry about it. Just leave it on and forget about it. All right, guys, the chicken broth has been cooking now for just about 48 hours, and I have not done one single thing to it. I haven't added water, I haven't stirred it, I haven't adjusted the heat, nothing. And that is hands off as you can get. You're gonna wanna strain your broth, or at least I like to, and you can either use a fine mesh sieve, or I have a strainer here that has fairly small holes in it. So use whatever you like, all right? So just strain it out. Once you've got your broth strained out, you're going to want to cool it first before you try and refrigerate it or freeze it. So I'm going to pour out a little bit of this hot broth into a measuring cup so you can see it. And you can see the nice rich color that we've got from cooking this for so long. And I'll tell you, it's very full-bodied. Now I placed it in a little ice bath here to help cool it off quickly. Look at that. It smells really, really good, guys. I'm going to leave you a couple of links, too, right over here so that you can use this in a couple of my rice recipes, let's say. So I'll leave a couple links right here for you, and you can check that out and use this for that, and it'll be really fantastic. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take a little taste of this. Hopefully it's cool enough. Now, I didn't add any salt to this at all, as you remember. So you can, it's great for anybody who's watching their sodium. You can add it as you need it. All right, let's give this a try. Oh boy, that is so good. The chicken flavor is very robust, very strong, very delicious. I tell you, it's so rich and full-bodied. You're gonna love it. Now, for storing this, what I like to do is pour it into ice cube trays, because I've had bad luck putting it into mason jars. I've had them crack in the freezer several times, so I don't even bother with that anymore. And it takes about 12 to 13 of these little cubes, once they're frozen, to make about 1 cup of broth. Once we freeze our chicken broth in the ice cube trays, that when they're frozen, then you can pop them out, and I pop them into a Ziploc bag just like this and keep them in the freezer pretty much indefinitely, really. And like I said, 12 to 13 of these makes a cup, so you know how much to use. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I certainly hope you'll try making chicken broth from now on, or even any other kind of broths from, you know, beef bones, fish bones, whatever you have. It is just delicious and just so much healthier for you. So thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and you'll get notified of new videos as they come out. And if you like this video, please share it and give me a thumbs up. And of course, leave me a comment. I always love hearing from you guys. So take care, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.